Hello everyone. My name is Andrew Zhang. I am a representative of the JSOM's Dean's Council, and today I will be interviewing Professor Barden with my friend here.
Hi everyone, I'm Miguel Alvarez. I'm also part of the UT Dean's Council, and I'll be interviewing Professor Barden today alongside Andrew.
So first off, thank you so much, Professor Barden, for sitting down with us and taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk about just some of your background and your experiences. Let's just get right into the questions. Can you first off tell us a little bit about your background?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm a graduate of St. John Fisher College. I graduated back in 1983. I went to St. John Fisher College not for accounting. I went there to play sports, to play basketball. So after graduating from St. John Fisher in 1983, I got very fortunate to work for a sports organization called Gulf and Western. So they owned the New York Knicks, the Rangers, Paramount Pictures, Simon and Schuster. They were a big conglomerate. After working there for 5 years, I went to a small CPA firm called Coopers & Lybrand, by the way, is the #1 accounting firm today, PricewaterhouseCoopers. And I was there for about 7 years in total. After that, I was very, very fortunate. I passed the CPA exam. Then I worked in manufacturing. And then my first teaching, I'll say assignment, was at Binghamton University. And I taught there for about 7 years before we moved here to Dallas. My wife is a hospital administrator. She was recruited to come to the Methodist hospital systems. And we were blessed with 3 children, Patrick, Grace, and Claire. And we live in a little town called Capel. And I love it here in Texas. So that's a little bit about myself.
That's actually a great segue, Professor, because I meant to ask you what brought you to Texas, because I do see that, like you said, you're a certified public accountant in New York. So what made you decide to come to Texas?
What made us decide primarily to come to Texas was my wife. She had a great career opportunity, and her career was growing a lot faster than mine. But if you look at hindsight, my career has grown a lot faster than hers. I'm very fortunate to what JSOM has given me or provided to me. And it's not just the JSOM staff and the administration, it's the students. So what the students have provided me has been out of this world. You know, the interaction, the engagement, the sharing of knowledge. So the main reason was the wife. She's a hospital administrator. And, you know, one of the primary other reasons was I love to teach. And, you know, over my past 15 years, I've been really, really fortunate to be involved with the School of Management and the Naveen Jindal School of Management.
So on the topic of UTD, we know that you've had a history of not only just working in the private sector, but you've also taught a little bit prior to UTD, like you said, at Binghamton. So like, how did that all eventually culminate in you going to UTD? Because I know that you've gotten probably a lot of experience in industry, and, you know, there's probably a lot of reason you want to do teaching. So like, what are some of the reasons for that? And how did you end up, you know, with JSOM in particular? Because I know there are some schools in the DFW area that would love to have a professor of your caliber, but, you know, why JSOM?
Okay. The primary reason I selected the University of Texas at Dallas and JSOM, okay, was its students. When you look at the other schools here in the Metroplex, SMU is a fabulous school, TCU is an also very, very good school, but our students make our university. And that's the primary reason. And what makes our students a little bit different than, we'll say, the students at TCU or at SMU, it's very, very simple. Our students work hard. And what I mean by working hard, not only are they working hard in the classroom, but they're out supporting themselves, all right? The majority of our students are also, you know, working, whether or not it's an enterprise, whether or not it's American Airlines, whether or not it's with Texas Instrument. They're working. The other thing that I love about our students, okay, is the fact that they're very honest and sincere. They're down to earth. And nothing against any other schools, but it just seems our students, okay, not even any other schools on campus, all right? But the students in JSOM seem to be very much engaging. And that's the type of personality that I have. I'm a team player, and I like to talk to the students. And the students I like to engage with. And that was the primary reason, along with something that Dean Pakul told me back 15 years ago. He goes, if you want to come to a school that's going to grow, all right, this is the school to come to. So, and I'm a growth-oriented person. I think people know a little bit about my background, and I like to grow. And you know, my first major responsibility was helping the undergraduate accounting program grow. And we had a fabulous team with Professor Bortz and Professor Poltz, who was actually really much involved in it.
Fantastic, perfect. So you kind of answered my next question, which is,
Uh-huh.
what was your favorite thing about teaching at JSOM?
Oh,
So
without a doubt, I can tell you my most favorite thing is the students. All right,
Perfect.
there is nothing better to engage with students. Students, they just keep you young, they keep you lively, they keep you engaged. All right, so I like the students at JSOM.
So I know that you've been very involved in the development of JSOM, and you, like you said, you've helped specifically the accounting program grow so quickly at UTD. Because of your involvement with the school, do you have any resources you would recommend current students at JSOM to take advantage of? Because I know that we have so much to offer, and you know, sometimes because of that, students don't really know what to go for exactly. They're like, the abundance of options just kind of boggles their mind.
Right. Well, the first thing I would tell any new student at the graduate level or the undergraduate level is to get engaged. And you're probably sitting there going, well, how do I get engaged? Well, I would go to the Career Management Center and find out what's going on there. They have a list of things, all right? And especially during this time, they are actively involved. So that would be the first thing I would say is go to the Career Management Center and try to figure things out. The next thing I would say is go to your program manager, all right, and ask your program manager what you can get involved with. And I'll just give the undergraduate area, since I was actually pretty much involved with them a lot. They have this thing where they go, I think it's like once a month, and they have breakfast with the CPA firms. Okay,
Oh,
I would line up and I would say I want to go to the 9 breakfasts or the 10 breakfasts, whatever they have. Not that I'd want the free breakfast, okay, but it's a way to engage not only with the program director, not only with your other students, okay, but the people who are running these events are recruiters and their alumni. All right, so one of the major objectives you come to a university like UTD is not only to get your degree, but to get a job. And we have so many options there. On the social front, I would actually try to be involved and engaged, all right, over at the activity center. So if you wanted to learn how to either swim, or you wanted to learn how to play badminton, or even if you wanted to learn how to golf, I know that they have a tremendous amount of, I'll call, intramural activities that you can get involved in. So from the academic side, all right, make sure you're involved in the Career Management Center, make sure you know your program manager, all right, and be involved in events like that. So the key word there is engagement, that I would say.
absolutely. It's a great thing that you mentioned the breakfast clubs, because I've actually had the opportunity to go to like an exclusive event with EY for one of their breakfast events, and it was absolutely fantastic being able to sit down with a lot of alumni and hear about their path from UTD into like the professional world. So yes, it's absolutely amazing.
So I think they coined it ABC, the Accounting
Yes,
Breakfast Club, something like that. So keep
slides
it
off the
simple.
tongue.
Yep.
Mhm.
perfect. Well, just our final question, Professor, would be, do you have any recommendations for any students that are currently accounting majors? I know, especially now that classes have switched online, a lot of students that are accounting majors are kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the situation and maybe feeling like accounting might not be for them, but they still want to pursue it. Do you have any advice for students like that?
My advice as far as students who are majoring in accounting right now with the COVID pandemic happening is, if you see something that's virtual you should go. You should not be afraid to reach out to our alumni. That's the other, all right? You should join, I think this is called Gendo Connect, all right? Every student should join Gendo Connect. Um, and you should try to be engaged, and don't be afraid to send an email to an alumni to say, hey, can you have 5 or 10 minutes to talk to me? I'm also a big fan of peer mentoring and being engaged, maybe with a mentor. See if you can reach out to an alumni to ask them to mentor you. I know every alumni at UTD would be honored to mentor one of our students. So whether or not you're in accounting or finance or marketing, all right, I would actually try to get a mentor and a coach. And don't be afraid to reach out, because we're all in this together as we go through this pandemic and maybe the next 6 or 8 months. You know, it's a challenge for everyone. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. That's a very famous saying from a basketball coach named Jim Valvano. Don't give up, never give up. And I like to leave it this way to all students. Okay. I really believe in these 3 things. I want you to work hard. I want you to be honest. And most of all, I want you to believe in yourself. You keep those 3 factors and 3 ideas together. As you're working hard and you're honest and you believe in yourself, you know, success is just going to come natural to you. So.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great piece of advice, Professor. Thank you.
Mhm.
I believe that pretty much wraps up our interview for today. I just want to thank you so much, Professor, on behalf of me and Andrew and the Dean's Council, for giving us your time and talking through your background and your experience. And I believe a lot of students will, not only accounting ones, but mainly students that are going through this pandemic right now, will appreciate your input. So thank you very much.
And
Thank you,
thank you.
Professor.
And to the students, feel free to reach out to me at john.barden@utdallas.edu. And I know a lot of people have my cell number. Students, you can call me 607-759-0918. So thank you and best of luck.